everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host, Jennifer. Today is Friday. You guys know what Friday is. It's yarn porn time. It's not just, we don't just have yarn to show you because I want to show you something else that I got, but I'm super excited about this first, so we'll show you this first. I got an email from a subscriber who lives in my local area. And she was letting me know that Ollie's has knit books and to keep an eye out, and to the specific Ollie's location that she goes to is close to my house somewhat. It's still a little bit of a drive, but it's close-ish to my house. And so she actually let me know, and I was at the Dollar Tree at the time, and she emailed me. She's like, hey, look what I found at Ollie's. And so I was like, oh, well, you keep an eye out at Dollar Tree because I found something cool at Dollar Tree. So it was like this whole thing. So while I was at the Dollar Tree, I decided to look at the books, which I don't normally look at because my Dollar Tree that's closest to my house does not have a lot of good books. It's like they have only like a very small section of books, and a lot of the books are just like political books, political biography books, and that is not my cup of tea at all. And they don't have any craft books. But Ella from No Catchy Name has been getting a ton of books from either her Dollar Tree, or people have been sending her books that they're finding at their Dollar Tree. And so I'm like, well, why don't I have any crochet books at my Dollar Tree? We still don't have crochet books, but they had knit books this time, and these were like really cool books. These were at the Dollar Tree, and look how thick they are. This one retails normally for $16.99. Yeah, both of these are $16.99 retail, and they were at the Dollar Tree. And they're made by Barron's. That is the publisher. And the designer for this one is Amanda Berry, and the designer for this one is Lynn Rowe. Lynn Rowe. See if you see that. Okay, these books are adorable. This is the first one I saw. Animal Knits for Kids. I am nowhere near prepared to make most of these, but this is something that I know that I'm going to work my way towards. And without showing you the whole dang book or sitting here flipping through it and looking. First of all, as a photographer in my past life, before we did all this, when I was a photographer, I did mostly family photography and a lot of little kids. So the pictures in here and the little kids in here are so cute. It like speaks to my heart. So look how cute that little boy is. Look at that sweater. Is that not the cutest thing ever? This book is there's so much stuff that's like that in here. There's like, look at, I really like this little pillow. That looks easy enough. I think I could make that. I think that's cute. Oh, here's a little girl in the same sweater. At least I think it's a little girl. That could be a boy. Cute. Just cute. Let me see if I can find some more. There's like just the cutest stuff. I was like, oh my, this little girl. Look at this little girl. Isn't she precious? Look at those little ears. This speaks to me because there's a great photography in here. And I did a whole, this reminds me so much of my work. When I was first starting out, I did a whole Easter session, and I had 2 babies that year that sat in a suitcase with rabbit ears on. And so this reminds me of those little babies. This was years ago. I think the little girls are probably around 9 or 10 now. But they sat in a suitcase and had rabbit ears on. So that speaks to my heart so much. So much. And this is just filled with like the cutest little patterns. The snake. For $1 at the Dollar Tree. I could not believe it. Now, I don't know how good or how bad these patterns are because I have not done any of them yet. Or how easy. Look at this little baby. Look at it speaks to my heart, guys. It speaks to my heart. Okay, so that's Animal Knits for Kids. Check your Dollar Tree. See what they got. I can't guarantee they're going to have these books exactly. And then this one is Whimsical Hats. Delightful and amusing hats to knit, wear, and love. Look at that little owl hat. The monster hat. I can see this for my baby niece. I can see that for my little man. Look at. That's cute. And then I'll just show you. I'm not going to flip through this whole book. Look at chef hat, Viking hat, little bee. That's the kind of patterns that are in here. They also have holiday. Yeah. Dollar Tree. I could not believe. I was so excited. I was the happiest girl in the world to get those from the Dollar Tree. Okay, and then I ordered some yarn. I'm not going to be one of those people that blames another podcaster for their purchases. Because I could. And I would probably be justified. But I'm not going to do that. This first one I saw first on Smell Great Guy Ross. I know I talk about him a lot, but I watch all of his videos. I really like his podcast. I like listening to him talk about knitting. I love knitting his hat. Okay, so he showed this yarn. And when he showed it, I immediately goes, oh, I need that. And then he said, it's kind of rough. It feels like Super Saver. And I went, ill. Because I was already opening Herrschner's website to buy this when he showed, because I'm a sucker for neons. Neons are my jam. I have neons just hidden throughout all of my shelves. There's neon over there too. Okay? I'm a sucker for neons. And that's as neon as it gets. But then when he said Super Saver, I was like, ugh. And after he worked with it, he commented to me directly that it wasn't as bad as he first thought it was working with it. And he also said in his video that if you're really sensitive, it might bother your fingers, which it might bother my fingers. It is not soft, but it's not as bad as some of the other yarns I have worked with recently that I hate. So this is Sundance Suites. This was $2.99 on Herrschner's website. And I got 3 of these. After he said it's not as bad as he thought, then Glenda from Creative Grandma showed these. And she said she really liked them. And so I was like, okay, well, that's 2 podcasters that said they like them. And they're only $2.99 for a cake. I mean, they're not a huge cake, but they're not small either. How many yards is this? 164 yards. That's not bad. That's an average size of a lot of, like, let's see. This is 219. So a skein of yarn, this is 160, 164. It's only slightly, it's not, this will make a hat. I know this will make a hat. And that's probably what I'm going to do is make a hat and a cowl. Right? Right? I love neons, like I said. Love it. So while I was at Herrschner's website, I was like, okay, well, what else do they have in neon colors? So I typed in the search bar, neon yarn. And this showed up. This is Red Heart Roll With It Tweed in the colors neon. When you look at this, and you look at this, no. That black is not cute. I don't like that. And it's not nowhere near as bright and bold. I mean, it's not bad. But after looking at that, I was like, I was really disappointed. Now, I have not worked with this yarn. I have not worked it up. I may love it. Especially this part. Because I know I'll get a hat. Maybe 2 hats out of this section here before the black starts. But this just looks Halloween-y to me, that edge. And I don't like where the black starts. But I ordered 2 of those thinking I'm going to love those. They're even called neon. These are the same one. This one had black all the way through it. Almost. I just don't like these. I don't like those. But I also saw this one. And this is the same thing as Roll With It. Roll With It. Roll With It Tweed, yes. Yes, Roll With It Tweed. This is the color crayons. I love this one way more than I love the neon. So I should have ordered more of the crayons and should have just left the neon. Look at that. Much brighter, much prettier. I was even showing my sister on video chat and I was like, she didn't even like that one. She likes everything. And then I have, see if I can find it. I ordered yarn from Webs. This is my first time ever ordering from Webs. I did get a birthday gift from a subscriber that ordered from Webs. And I really thought the yarn was beautiful, so I checked out Webs to see what Webs had. And the reason that I even placed an order with Webs is one yarn in particular. I was just perusing the sales that they had going on. I don't know if I have my receipt in here. I don't remember what I paid for any of this. I don't know if I have the receipt still. I have a tendency of taking the receipt out and not putting it back. I also had a niece come in who is staying with us right now and went through this bag, so who knows. Okay, so anyway, what drew me in initially was this yarn right here. This is the Ella Rae Sun-Kissed. And if any of you remember the video where I got, I think it was my first knit kit from Mary Maxim, had this yarn in it in a different color. And I really, really liked the look and the feel. I think I have, thought it was right on the shelf, but I don't know. Anyway, this came in the knit kit from Mary Maxim, and I really liked it. I've never even heard of Ella Rae or this yarn, but when I saw especially this colorway, I had to buy it because it's beautiful. And this is Ibiza Bay is the colorway. I don't remember how much any of this stuff cost because my receipt is missing, but I know that it was on sale, and I know that I did not spend an incredible amount of money, but I know that it also wasn't a cheap order. I think the whole order was like $65. And I think the reason I got it to $65 is so I could get free shipping, because I hate paying shipping just as much as everyone else. But I also realize that it does cost money for the companies to ship stuff, so I would rather work up and get the free shipping than actually pay for it. And then I saw this yarn. It's called Cascade Big Wheels. This colorway in particular is not beautiful, and it is not on the label the name of the color of this yarn. It's just, it says color 22 lot 1701, but on the website the name of this was Frankenmuth. If you are not from Michigan, you probably have no idea what Frankenmuth is, why that would mean anything to me, or why I would buy this by the name of Frankenmuth. There is a city in Michigan called Frankenmuth, and if you ever watched the show Dr. Pol lives very close to Frankenmuth in Michigan. He's like right by there. Frankenmuth is it is a city that is actually recognized by the German government as a German citizenship. I don't remember the exact terms that they use, but I know that I learned this because there are such a huge population of German immigrants in the city of Frankenmuth and around them that it is actually recognized by Germany. And I am of German descent. I have a lot of German in me. My family actually has not been in America that long. They actually migrated over from Germany in the late 1800s, the very, very late 1891 or something like that. So my family hasn't been in America that long, and then they moved from like New York up into Canada and then to Michigan. So I'm more German and Canadian than I am anything else. You guys don't care about that. Anyway, we went to Frankenmuth a lot when we were little kids. It was, we couldn't afford vacations. We couldn't afford to travel. So Frankenmuth was like, I don't know, like a 2-hour drive from where I grew up. And so it may not have been a 2-hour drive, but it was someplace we could go, and it was vacation, us walking around the city and looking at all the cool German buildings. And, we would eat like a big German meal at one of the German restaurants there. And, you know, my dad really liked that because my dad was German, you know. So it you know, it's cool. It was cool. My dad never talked about his German heritage. He never celebrated his German heritage. I don't even think he really knew that much about it because he had a really, 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 really bad childhood. Like the kind you don't talk about. So he didn't talk about anything from his past, but I learned by researching his history where our family came from and about his grandmother specifically and the journey that, you know, her family made and, well, my family made. It is really, really cool, interesting story. That is a really long story. Anyway, so Frankenmuth, on top of having the history of being a child and going to Frankenmuth, when I met Mr. Cinnamon is from California. We met in Michigan. He had only lived in Michigan, I think 2 months when I met him, so he knew nothing about Michigan. He was living with some friends and whatever. We share the love of travel and adventure and, you know, exploring, and so we went up to Frankenmuth for our 1-year wedding anniversary. It was like our big trip. We went up to Frankenmuth. We rented a hotel. I have really amazing memories of him and I, specifically at Frankenmuth, taking my kids to Frankenmuth. I know I'm getting emotional. I'm a crybaby. I'm telling you, my hormones are out of control, hot flashes and everything. So that's why I bought this yard. Long story long. That's why, because it's called Frankenmuth. And I think the colors represent the city very well. It's very Christmassy. It will probably be a Christmas project. This yarn is not my favorite. It's not very soft. It is 100% acrylic, but it feels like wool. Like it has a scratchiness to it. It's 203 yards. It is... There's not a lot of information on this. It's made in China. It's from Cascade Yarns. That is about the length of the information that is on the tag. If you're interested in any of that. I got it from Webs. I think it was $6.99 a ball, I think. The way the picture looked on the website, it looked like it was going to be a cake, so I was disappointed in that. And the name Big Wheel, I thought it was going to be a cake, and it was not a cake. But I'm not dissatisfied because the name Frankenmuth. And then I thought it was such a good deal because I don't know what I was thinking. So I ordered some in the neon colors, which I think these are really pretty. But again, this yarn is not soft. I don't recommend this for anything that is going to be like touching you. Yeah, I would not. That's itchy. It's scratchy and itchy. It's not horrible, but this is going to cause me problems. This is not. I don't recommend this yarn, but it's beautiful colors. I don't have a problem whatsoever with Webs. I enjoyed the experience I had with Webs. Shipping was pretty fast. And then there was this color, which was prettier online, but it's not bad, but it's not my favorite. So those are all the Big Wheel by Cascade. However, Cascade also has this Cherub DK, which I have ordered in the past. And there is some right here on my shelf. I got it clearanced out from Lovecrafts. And so when I saw this on sale at Webs, I knew that I liked this yarn. I knew that it was soft. Carrie Penny from Happy Crafty Homemaker also recommends this yarn. She says it's really nice. I have not worked with it yet, but it is soft and those colors are just gorgeous. This is 55% nylon, that's why it's so soft, and 45% acrylic. It's a 50 gram ball, it's 180 yards. It's, again, Cascade Yarn, so it is made in China, but Cascade Yarns is located in Seattle, Washington. Here is the color and the lot number. And it's actually brighter than what it's showing on my phone, but I don't know if it's because the dimness is on my phone or if the lighting is off. I got 4 of those balls. I recommend this one. The Big Wheel, not so much. These are like, that is right up my alley. Those are my colors. Do I recommend ordering from Webs? I had no problem working with Webs. They have a lot on their website. It's a lot to look at. It's not difficult to peruse it, but I think there's just a lot on the website, and it makes it kind of complicated with, you know, looking at so many things and trying to find specifically what you want. But it's also like the Lovecrafts website is very similar to that. So you have to like scroll through a lot to find what you want. But what I always do when I go to those websites is I don't look at the yarn that's not on sale. I'm like, okay, what's on sale? And I click the sale and then I look through what's on sale and I determine if I'm willing to pay that price or if I like the colors. Because a lot of times it's yarn I've not heard of. I mean, I've heard of Cascade yarns, but I don't know. So, all right, guys, I'm going to end this video here, and I will see you in the next one. And I believe this is a Friday video, so I hope you have a fantastic weekend. And yeah, this is a Friday video. I totally said that at the beginning of the video. I'm recording a bunch of videos at once so that I can do schooling and stuff during the week. So bear with me. If I say something and it's the wrong day, just know that I'm trying. All right. I hope I didn't bore you by talking so much about my past and my history and whatever else I've been rambling about for 20 minutes. All right. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.